Aloha, beautiful people. Hope you're well and loving life wherever you are in the world. I felt inspired to make a video about fasting. I am fasting right now. I'm currently in a dry fast. I started with a water fast, and now since last night, transitioned into a dry fast with no water, not even a full 24 hours of no water. And I'll probably break it soon. But I just wanted to go over the psychological components of fasting, of addiction, of the things that we do to numb ourselves from our highest passion, and share some of what I've learned and hopefully learn through talking in this video about things that I could end up or consistently implement more in my life. And I hope it benefits other people that are watching this. If you're new to your fasting journey, or maybe you're far more adept than me, which a lot of people are. I typically don't go past 3 days. 5 days is my max of what I like to do with currently with water fasting and or partial dry fasting. I have a good friend that I just spoke on the phone with last night who just did a 25-day water fast. And I got to meet him multiple times in his 25-day water fast. He was doing distilled water, which is even more hardcore because you're eliminating basically all minerals and electrolytes. And it's very impressive. Also, I wouldn't do that if I was doing a 25-day water fast. I would like to have minerals and electrolytes personally, but that's just me. And we're all different. The way that our biology reacts and works with fasting and food and water deprivation is different. So it's not black and white. But my good friend who did this long fast, which again is just wild to me, he was talking about I think he called it like the demonic temptation of these processed foods that were coming back into his life. Like he broke his fast very cleanly, was very thoughtful, and then after about 2 weeks, he had some chocolate, and probably not healthy chocolate either. I'm guessing it was pretty pesticide laden, preservative filled, high fructose corn syrup or processed sugar type of chocolate. And it just, all of a sudden, the beast came back out, so to speak. And I've been there. I get it. I understand. And we were going over the psychological ramifications of why it is we yo-yo back and forth sometimes with these extremes of being like very on it, working out diligently, being very clean with your food, and then jumping off the diving board into a whole bunch of not just food, but it could be lifestyle choices that just don't serve you and you know they don't, but you're doing it anyways. What I've found as someone who's done that in my own way, different from him, but definitely have done similar things of self-sabotage, is I'm distracting myself from the fact that I'm not pursuing my greatest passion and excitement. And this might sound cliche in the new age world of following your highest excitement, of living your bliss, all that yada yada, because we are human. We are going to encounter challenges. There is darkness accompanying the light, and that's just part of it. Challenges are going to come up, and we're going to face traumas. We're going to face drama. We're going to face negative belief systems that are inhibiting us from being our greatest version. So it's not necessarily realistic or even expected of each one of us to always be in alignment, always be on it. We're gonna fall from grace from time to time. We're gonna meet the shadow and embody the shadow aspects of ourselves and make decisions that we're not proud of. That's okay. It's part of the learning journey. But when he was asking me, when we were talking about why it is that all of a sudden he feels like he's being, as he put, like demonically tempted into eating these really nasty processed foods and sugars, what came to mind for me immediately is, dude, are you following your highest excitement? Getting back to what I was just saying, have you been following your passion? Now that you're out of this fast and you have energy and you can go about the world and do what you want to do, what is it that brings you joy in your life? Are you feeding your inner child? Because when your inner child starves, the egoic mind is looking for something to compensate. It's looking for any type of distraction, any type of quick fix, any type of high. And one of the quickest ways to get that, other than drugs or pornography or sex, is to get it through food that's full of things are going to shoot up your insulin, high glycemic index, and it feels good. It's a comfort food for a reason. I've done it so many times where like really, really disciplined, and then all of a sudden in 5 minutes you can cash out on 1,000 calories real fast. You can crush a carton of ice cream or a quart of ice cream. It's funny how much abundance there is of toxic food in the West. And so as an adult, when you have money and the ability, the responsibility to buy anything that you want within a grocery store, you have to check yourself and be honest with what it is you're buying and why you're buying it. And if you're like me, who's found himself in these loops of consistently eating something that you know, that I know is not good for me, is not serving me, is creating inflammation, I have to ask, am I doing what I love? Am I following my passion? And it doesn't mean that my passion is necessarily going to pay all my bills right away. I love music. I love making film. I love editing. I love creating. I love directing. I love rapping and singing and freestyling and performing. Have I made money from these things? Yes. Has it paid all my bills and I can just retire off of it yet? No. So finding the time every day, if not at least every couple of days, but ideally every day, giving some time to what it is that feeds my inner child, feeds the inner excitement within my being, that stokes my fire, my passion, my creativity, whatever that is. And again, the creativity may come in a different form. You might be an engineer. You might like to rebuild engines. You might want to be a plumber. You might want to be a librarian. You might want to write books. You might want to be an editor for books. You might want to be an astronaut, whatever it is. Find that outlet that really fills you up with bliss and elation to such an extent that you're high from it. That's the sign that you're following your path, that your magnetic north is being met properly. And when we don't do this, when I don't do this, I look for distraction. I look for something that's going to mimic that thing of feeling good, but it's going to be temporary. It's going to be usually something that doesn't serve me in the long term, and then I'm going to feel not so good after. There's going to be this give and take effect, and you got to pay the bill. The bill comes due at the end of the day. So it's okay to have treats. It's okay to indulge. Lord knows I love indulging. I forgot I was wearing this shirt. That's funny. It's all right to be human. It's okay. Don't be too hard on yourself. That's the flip side of this extreme, is that we can be overindulgent and gluttonous, and then we can be so fastidious and monk-like that we're not actually enjoying life and smelling the roses. This body is temporary. This is gonna go back to the earth. So why not have fun? Why not enjoy it? But find the balance, and the balance for you and the balance for me might not be the same. You have to discern what it is that's going to be the best version of yourself to enjoy life and still feel healthy, still feel like you're following your passion. You're giving yourself ample opportunity to create and to listen to your intuition and your heart of what life wants to give you and what you want to give life as a gift to life. Whatever your passion, your service is not just a gift for yourself, but it's a gift for others. Because when people see someone doing what it is they love, like imagine if you were in the Beatles, how many people were inspired by the songs that they wrote and created? How many people were inspired by Picasso? How many people have been inspired by reading a good book by Hemingway or watching a great film? That is art. That is a gift. And your art, again, may come through building electrical components. It might be being a teacher or professor. It doesn't matter what it is, but when you follow your highest path, you're going to inspire others in ways that you can't imagine, and it's going to feel good, and you're going to be less inclined to self-sabotage with food. This is my dog right here coming and saying hi. With food and lifestyle changes that ultimately don't serve us and don't really serve others. So I mean, they serve others in the way that they're setting an example of what not to do. So in that way, even the villain in the stage play is being of service because he's showing the antithesis to being the light love hero protagonist or heroine protagonist. We're all playing a role in this, and everything can ultimately serve us in a positive way, but we have to discern why we're doing it. And Is it actually, are we being honest with ourselves? Is this actually what brings me joy in my life, or am I just distracting myself from what could be bringing me greater joy in my life? So I'm learning. I pray that when I break this fast, I make loving, kind decisions. I'm compassionate with myself, and I enjoy the food and the drink that I imbibe, and know that this life is here for us to learn, to have fun with, and to grow ultimately. But it doesn't mean that we have to be aesthetic monks that don't ever have fun. So find your truth, find your path. I'm just gonna love your way. And if you fast, be safe, be careful, and always honor your intuition. Take care.